guys? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. It's Monday afternoon, May 1st. Happy May, everybody. Every time I hear that, I just think Backstreet Boys. You know what I'm talking about. Or is that NSYNC? I don't know. Either way, I just see the cat firing up. I literally just saw smoke as I'm coming around the corner. We're gonna get some stuff done today. We might start planting. Fingers crossed. If not, we're for sure gonna start working ground to start planting here shortly. It is a beautiful day. I am seeing a lot of planters running. I guess it's not necessarily beautiful in the fact of being outside because there's like 30-mile-an-hour winds plus, but it's a beautiful day to get some stuff in the ground. I will 100% not be spraying today, but that's not that big of a deal. I tell you what, guys, it is a miserable day out. It's sustained 25-mile-an-hour winds, gusts up to 45. It is not a day to be working on tillage equipment, but we don't have a shop. Not really much choice that we got. So we're gonna be changing sweeps and greasing everything on this thing. Kurt's new, not new, but the vertical tillage tool that we are renting, we're trying out right there. He's doing something on that, I'm not even sure. I don't know if we're done with that or what the deal is. I haven't talked to the guys yet, but I do know I do have some chem in. My corn chem is in. What's this guy coming? John Deere going somewhere. But I did get my corn chem in. It's in 3 totes. My spray trailer only has 2 tote spots, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. We'll figure something out. Yeah, and then we'll, I might try to load up my spray tender here shortly and see what all the guys need help with. Bye-bye vertical till. It's heading back to the dealership because we're done with it. Curtis did all, I don't know what we had, 350 acres-ish that needed to get VT'd. He did all that this weekend. Well, I was off taking the weekend off. So I'm gonna grab the loader tractor. I'm gonna go grab the spray tender trailer, bring it over here because I need to switch the chemicals around. Take this thing over next door and grab my spray trailer. I saw Curtis go to the left, so I have no idea where he went. I thought he'd be going up to the right to go up to Preston to drop that tool off, but I don't know. He got all that mud and crap cleaned off. Nathan looks like he already changed all the sweeps on this thing. I think he's just greasing that. And that thing will be ready to go after lunch. Start getting some ground ready. And we got a bunch of stuff that we need to work on with the planter to get it ready to go. The bean planter is ready to roll, with the corn planter, I mean. And I'm just gonna blanket apologize for today on how crappy the audio is gonna be. It's like running the plains. It's so dang windy. I need to go ahead and I'm gonna take these jugs back over that I used for bean spraying. Take those over while I go. We're gonna dump my hose off and then take this thing over next door. Take this thing over. I brought the tender over, grabbed the battery off of that. I'm gonna get that on the charger all afternoon and get it plump full. I ended up buying a solar 12-volt charger. I'm gonna try that out on the spray tender. You know, mount it up on top of the goose, the neck of the trailer, and have it always be charging that battery. That way I don't have to ever do this again. We'll see. So you guys, Father's Day is right around the corner, and getting a gift for my dad is very challenging. I can't imagine for you guys. But one thing that dads do appreciate, efficiency. This Ridge wallet is sleek and it holds only what you need, and it's, like I said, it's pretty small. So it's got a money clip and it's got room for up to 12 credit cards, license, whatever you have it. So it's really handy. I like it. I've been using this for about a month now. Highly recommend it. Use the coupon code down below or right here for up to 40% off for this Father's Day sale that they got going on. So highly recommend them. Check it out. Ridge wallet down below. Just had a delicious meal from Grandma. Now we gotta get going. Goal for the day, try to start messing with the planters and hopefully plant a couple acres with both bean and corns. Hit the ground running tomorrow. Man, it is stupid windy out. So I think I'm gonna have to be the gopher again today. I'm gonna run some tanks around. We still have anhydrous tanks sitting in the fields. Run that around, try to go get the seed tenders out. Need to switch my bean chem, offload that and load up my corn chem. Need to get that done. And well, like I said, but first and foremost, I need to try and get the computer stuff loaded on Pat's Pro 700. So that way he can start planting, or at least he has all his maps and stuff on his planner. To do that, easiest way is to actually do it through the USB stick. To steal the sprayer maps and stuff I got on there. So I got my fields and everything loaded in the Pro 700. We are not 100% sure how this is all going to work, and Oh wow, this is unscrewed. Huh, hope that doesn't screw us up. So we got everything in this Pro 700. I think we're all right. So now what we got to do is figure out how this planter works. We're hopefully going to get it in the ground today. That's the goal. But to do that, we got to fill the insecticide boxes up with the insecticide that we got. Yes, we have smart boxes. I'll explain that a little bit later, how we're going to have to do a janky system. We're going to have to fill the seed. We're going to have to somehow lube everything because it's a brand new planter, so we got to figure out how to throw graphite through everything. And then the biggest thing is we're going to figure out how the heck these monitors work. So we've never had a Precision Planting 2020 seed sense before. That is actually what is going to control the planter. But we know the Pro 700 is going to control guidance lines, but what actually controls the shutoffs in the planter? Is it the guidance lines and the boundaries from the Pro 700? Or is it the actual in the Precision Planting software? I don't know. It's really weird how this is all going to work together. I'm really kind of curious to see what we come up with. Wish us luck. Well, while we're doing that, Nathan Kurt's probably going to start working ground here sometime this afternoon. I need to run 5 tanks around back to their home places, and I also need to go get a seed tender, both seed tenders out so we can actually use these. We got to put that 340 on that planter because the T8050 cannot pull that planter. We don't have the right monitors and everything in there. And then, yeah, I don't know. Think we got enough to do this afternoon? I don't know. Probably need to drill another 20 acres of waterways. Probably need to spray the wheat. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably other things we can squeeze in there. Just unhooked the spray tender. Got that out of the way. So now we're unloading our insecticide. What insecticide is it's an in-furrow treatment that we put with our seed corn in the ground. That just kind of helps prevent the seed from getting eaten by insects and anything else like that. Essentially to give the seed its best chance of growing up that we can give it. So in order to do that, and I'll explain a little bit more on how we're doing that on our planter a little later, but right now we're just trying to enable it on our planter, and we got to do a lot of extra work that we weren't anticipating to do on a brand new planter. That not very cool from Case IH, but hey, well, again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I'm going to go ahead and put the loader tractor back. Then we'll start working on that planter. Neighbors are out working ground ahead of their planter. Man, look at that wind blowing. It is ridiculous out there. It'll hopefully be us here soon, but we are having quite a bit of issues getting our planter going. So like I said, we have to fill insecticide boxes, which isn't as bad. We had to do that with our old planter, but the problem is they're not just an over-center latch box. They are a box that is held by in by 8 screws, and they're a pain in the neck to get off. So like I said, I'll go into that process a bit later, but I need to get our monitor set up. I got the one monitor set up, but the new planter runs off a Precision Planting 2020 monitor. Well, I don't have any way to get files onto that, so I have to run to DeWitt so they can help me get that done. So that's where I'm heading. Well, pulling into the dealer because I can't figure it out because apparently I'm dumb. So we'll head in. The guys here take care of us and a lot of people very well. Nothing but positive things to comment about the AMS and the service team here at Kunau Implement. So we'll head in there and see what my good pal Jake has to say. Well, after a surprise run to the dealer and $200 later, I got $200 in sprayer parts while I was here. Saves me a little bit of time later. I think we're ready to go. I got the files that I need. The Precision Guidance team here is always on top, and parts guys too. So now I'm gonna head back to the farm and maybe pick up a seed tender on the way there. Ooh, a brand new FR650 forage cruiser. Nice. Just got shipped over the pond. They got all sorts of stuff. There's an 8RX and a DB60. Not planning for some reason, but he was. So on a windy day like today, I highly doubt anybody is controlled burning. If they are, they're dumb. That is a large flame smoke cloud right there. I mean, it's probably 15 miles to the east or to the south there, but still, it's a heck of a fire they got going. Almost there to go pick up my our seed tender. That fire's closer than I thought. You can see the flames coming up. Well, you can't see the flames, but you can see the smoke popping up. Now to pick up the seed tender. So right here's the guy picking up the seed tender, and she's a little low to the ground. Cool. Not going high enough for me. This is our seed tender we get from our seed dealer every year. I just need some help getting it on. There we go, hooked up, ready to roll. Time to head out, head back to the farm, drop this thing off, check and see how the guys are doing, and then more than likely I got some tanks to move around. It'll take a couple hours this afternoon. Get that done, and then we'll start some planting, we'll see. This thing's a dang wind sail. I gotta be getting maybe 5 miles to the gallon right now. My engines are right around that 3,000 RPMs the entire time, barely keeping highway speed. Winds are out of the northwest, a stiff 30 to 45 mile an hour today. Here comes a Goose Lake fire truck. I guarantee you going to that fire that's down south. If I was gonna guess, at least. Go get them, boys. Old tanker. Just making it back. That was probably the worst drive I've ever had. That was literally a wind sail driving all the way home. I literally was watching my fuel tank drop before my eyes. It was pretty impressive, if I'm being honest. But now I'm gonna unhook this guy, probably slap it right there out of the way, and then I might go get the other seed tender. These are what we're filling up. This is our insecticide smart boxes. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. 3 guys, 3 hours each of work, trying to drill them out, open them up, fill them back up manually. A lot of fun. So I'm gonna put the parts back in my sprayer, and I'm gonna continue trying to get the maps on the third monitor in the planter. Keyword is try, because I'm failing so far. So this is incredibly dumb. You wanna know why? I have to create every single field in here. So I have them all in this Pro 700, but I do not have anything in the SeedSense 2020. So I have to physically go in here, type in West Cattle Yard, enter, go find the boundary that I imported, field name, enter, and then just for S&Gs I am putting the boundary in there. But the problem is this one, I don't really want to put a boundary in there for this one, because this is only half the field. I think I need to delete this boundary. This isn't a good example. So, no good. Or at least not great by any means. So I just have to manually go through and spend 2 hours inputting all these fields into this monitor. Could be worse, but could be a lot better. Oh well, at least hopefully we'll be ready to go with this thing. I hear the cat rolling. Whoo, wow, that took an hour and a half of just staring at a computer. My arm actually really hurts. And yes, my thumb has not gotten better. I'm refusing to go to the doctor, because if I do, I'm probably have to put a cast on, and I don't know if I can do what I need to do with the cast on. I don't know, we'll see. I think we're good to go. This planter is hopefully good to go. I'm not sure what the guys are doing. I know I heard the cat take off, so I'm hoping that that's starting to go work some ground. So we'll go and find out shortly. But wow, that was an hour and a half, probably 3 hours of my time that I was not expecting to do today. Drive to DeWitt, get my shape files, drive back, upload those files, and then spend an hour and a half tweaking those files. Fun. But all of our insecticide is on. Hopefully this thing's ready to roll here shortly. So it's still an absolute hurricane out today. Like I said, it just feels like we're out in the prairie for how windy it is. But Pat and Curtis are up getting the seed tender up at Butch's. Nathan is out back with the cat. Hopefully he gets a little bit of footage for you guys. I'll throw some of that in shortly. So we're not gonna get any beans in the ground tonight, and I highly doubt we're gonna get any corn in the ground. Partially because we're probably gonna need our dealer to come out and help set this planter up and get it going. And it's 5 o'clock. They're not gonna be working later tonight, I doubt it. So still not on the board. We might be the last ones in the county to get started, but hey, it wouldn't be in true Hartung fashion if we didn't do that. But tomorrow, here's the plan. This thing gonna go on that thing gonna go on that thing in the shed gonna get rolling soon, hopefully. And tomorrow we're gonna get both planters rolling. Tomorrow, yes. Nathan is working ground ahead of the corn planter. Hopefully his only chance to work ground this year, because he's gonna be in the bean planter the rest of the time. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, because obviously I can't spray unless I want to spray my neighbor's field in this wind. So I'm not gonna be doing much tomorrow or the next day. I might still come down to like work around and kind of do gopher stuff like I did today. But hopefully at least all the monitor stuff, which kind of the monitors has been more my thing these last couple of years. I kind of take care of all that. Hopefully we're all squared away in that aspect. I don't know, only time will tell, but man, it's go time. We're feeling the pressure. We have stuff to do that should have been done a while ago, but it is what it is. You can only do so much in a day. As Grandma would say, slow down and enjoy it. Not worth stressing all day every day. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about what these white things are and why they are a pain in the neck. Why we needed to have 2 impacts and a drill to be working multiple hours on a brand new planter. So this is just my theory, but Case IH, the company, not our dealer, purchased ahead a ton of these smart boxes. What a smart box is, it's a brand they bought from somebody else that handles granular insecticide. Well, granular insecticide is something we've done on the farm for the last 12 years. It is a chemical that you put down to protect in the seed trench. So you can kind of see the tube right here goes down right with the seed. So you put that with the seed trench and it helps protect the seed as it's starting out. And we find tremendous yield and disease and pest resistance by doing this. So we're going to try and do this on certain ground almost all the time, or for sure every year. So my opinion is, I think Case bought ahead and just stockpiled a ton of these, you know, to get a purchase discount. Well, the problem is they're not refilling these anymore. This style that we have, they're not refilling them. So when we bought the planter, they had this excess inventory that they had to get rid of, otherwise they'd eat the cost. Well, they just decided to start chucking them on all the planters and said, "We'll deal with it, your customers." So it sucks because normally you'd be able to send these boxes in to the company and they would refill them up for you, and you would never have to mess with insecticide, because insecticide in and of itself, it's a poison. It's an inhalation hazard. It's not good to be working with. So that's why this is a much safer system. But when you can't get it refilled, what's the point of them? So Case kind of screwed us in that aspect. So what we had to do is, with every single one of these boxes, flip them up, which I don't have one I can offer that I could show you. There's 8 screws underneath and 2 plastic safety tabs to kind of prevent, or at least tell the company what happens, or what, that you didn't tamper with them. Here's one. No, more than 8. Jesus, 8 per half. 3, 6. So there's 12, and then 2 safety tabs. Well, we have no way to use the system unless we do that. So our dealer just said, go ahead and do what you got to do. So every time that we refill these boxes, which about every other day it'll be like, we'll have to spend 3 hours with 3 people ripping all these off, ripping them apart, dumping a bag and a half, because that's how much these hoppers hold, of this granular insecticide, and putting it back on. Don't you just love new planters that you got to do that on? It sucks, but at least we're able to put granular insecticide on. That's important to us, so we want to keep doing that. Is it ideal? No. Is it our dealer's fault? No. Does it absolutely suck regardless? Yes. Are we absolutely ticked at the dealer? Kinda, yeah. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're able to at least run, but we're just not going to be as efficient. But other than that, we are pumped to try out this new planter. As I mentioned before, it's got precision meters, it's got electric drive, it's got in-row hydraulic downforce, which I am really excited for. It's got a lot of new features that our old planter didn't have. So I'm really pumped to see this thing working. I was hoping it was gonna be today, not gonna be today, but tomorrow, mark my words, it will be the day that we will be running. So I'm pumped, can't wait to see it happen. Let's keep on with the video.
Well, we're finally out digging up the garden. About done with this field. Worked up real nice. And I'm heading down there next, down to the flats. Hopefully do that whole flat tonight. Sounds like Dad's gonna try the new planter out tomorrow. Hopefully all goes well. It's May 1st. We're kind of late on planting a little bit, a few days, but we kind of been holding back because we've had some cool weather lately. There's been nights where it's down to 30, 32. So Dad's been kind of iffy about it, but it's supposed to warm up by the end of the week, and well, it's May 1st, so it's time to get going. So get after it, and hopefully I'll be able to get my bean planter going tomorrow too. We don't have as many bean acres this year, so should be able to get done in about a week. And then might even be able to switch to corn with the bean planter and help Dad knock out the corn. Worked up beautifully here. Conditions are great, it's dry. Wind's blowing like crazy today. Sounds like it's gonna be tomorrow too. So everybody's kind of cutting loose finally.
Okay, now I'm gonna unplug this thing, or not unplug it, but unhook it. Oh, gonna unhook this guy because I am gonna start moving some tanks around, and to do that I obviously cannot have a trailer on the back. Let's unhook it. Well, another day of getting a vehicle, another day of getting an empty vehicle. This time it was empty on DEF and diesel, California juice and dinosaur bones. Nice. So that's gonna be another 120 plus bucks. So here will be the first VT'd field that we ever did. Man, that actually looks really nice. So Curtis hit that at an angle going about 7-8 miles an hour. Wow, that really knocked the stocks down. You can kind of tell right where he quit, right where it started getting a little wet. Big difference. Yeah, so this is our field that we rent. It's pretty wet. It's definitely a low-lying field, and we're not sure what we're gonna do with it. Well, we're just getting to our long farm, and you kind of see those two tanks sitting right there. Yep, they need to head back to Clinton, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and do my best to hook them together, because with those tanks you can't hook them together, especially when empty. Wish me luck, because I will need it. This is going to be very challenging. This is the air quote easy one. Yeah, that's not bad. I can see it's a truck backing up to it. It's not bad. It's the other one that I'm worried about, because I gotta somehow trailer this hitch to that. You guys get ready to laugh. What? I'm really close. All I need to do is back up a smidge. That f***ing hurt. God. Sorry for my bleeped out French, but wow. Who would have thought a tongue coming down on your leg would hurt? Not me. Back up some more. Ah. Okay, I have a good feeling about this one. Just don't drop on me. Nope. Back up a smidge more. Yay! Woo! Only took one casualty. Ah, that really hurts. Not gonna lie to you guys. Like, that really hurts. What's a lower leg injury for saving an hour of time, right? Let's roll. Oh yeah, that's gonna bruise. Both are hooked up, and the train is rolling south. East, more east than south. These suckers pull pretty good together. Nice. Almost made it. They've actually been pulled, they've pulled pretty well. Now I'm just getting off gravel, heading to the highway. There's the train. Well, they made it. Can't say the same about my shin, knee, whatever I hurt. Good grief, this one's tight. Wow. I'll be to say, way to not die on the way home. Let's go get the next one. Putting in some drainage tile down there, it looks like. Well, here's my next two victims. These ones are more lined up at least. And these head back home to Hearts, I should say, which is real close to home. And the first one's always relatively easy because I got the camera. And I basically just line it up till the holes are close. It's much easier to do it on gravel when you already have it halfway lined up. So I need to go another 1.5 to 2 feet. Man, when that tongue dropped on my right leg, that really hurt. I am struggling, like, ow. Do need a hitch pin. Don't drop on me again, buddy. Another inch. Yeah. Change for safety. Ready to roll. These two big Urals done us well this year. Well, there's the grain bin that's plugged up. I'm gonna try to unplug that this afternoon. So that's what they're gonna try and do. There's my field. I am pumped. I'm gonna be planting it this week. That's the hope. Probably won't happen this week, but that's the hope. Here's an absolutely bad you-know-what tractor. An old Ford Versal, I'm not even sure, Ford. Articulated tractor. Oh, sweet. And for some reason, I literally topped off with def right before I got here. I got in this thing and started driving, but it didn't even register it because it said def low, fill it up. So I filled it up, topped it off till it clicked. It ran for about 30 seconds, so I know I put a couple of gallons in, and it still says I'm out. And it's gonna limit me in my max speed, granted in 500 miles, so I don't care that much. It's gonna be a week or two. But still, like, what the heck? Brand new truck, doesn't even recognize that I filled up with def. Neighbor out planting corn. Nathan got the first field soil finished up on top of the hill there, and he's down working on the second one right now. You can see dust really flying, mainly moving south because we have some heavy strong winds coming out of the north. That's that big wind you guys were seeing today. He's rolling along on this field. Man, he's got this thing halfway done well, and it is working up nice. Whew.
Flatland farming now. Going about 9.5. Cruising right along. There's Ronald bringing home the last of the anhydrous tanks from last week. Kicking up a lot of dust. She's getting dry.
Good enough. I'll drop these guys and they'll weigh them in the morning. Grab my pins and head back home. Cool. Let's roll. That 510 horsepower beast is definitely enough for that 34 foot saw finisher in the flats. Put it in the hills, it gives it a run for its money, but in the flats you can cruise 8 miles an hour and really level stuff off, make it onion bed. It is time for me to grab something to eat, and I'm gonna get one more tank. We got one more tank scattered around the countryside. We'll grab that one last. Then I'm gonna call it a night because I don't think I'm gonna be up here tomorrow to start see them start planting, mainly because our 340 is still in the shop. The new 340. I shouldn't say good 340. Don't hiss at me. That's what I thought. I won. Yeah, so that's in the shop. So we only have 3 good tractors able to run. So not much for me to do tomorrow because there's no spraying. So I'll probably stick home unless they need me. Hello, Grandma. Kitties. Hi, Nubby. Hi, Nubby. Well, I'm gonna go get that last anhydrous tank, and then I'm gonna probably head home. There's our Hoffman farm. It's got fertilizer, everything that it needs to grow a corn crop, and it's chiseled. Just waiting for a finisher to roll across it, and a corn planter to roll across as well. Just remember, guys, we got big, slow, wide machinery driving down the fields, or driving down the roads. Try to give them space as much as possible. It's greatly appreciative, like pulling off to the side of the road to let them pass. Just out for a little side-by-side ride, enjoying the CRP. It's honestly what a lot of this ground should go to up in this area. She's pretty choppy and rough. Oh, it's actually being sold. But there's my tank. Hook this thing up and pull her east. And we're gonna call her a night. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Fun fact, those are tree stumps over there. Don't ask me how I know. Watch the video in the top right if you're curious. I was screwed. Tell you what though, cameras are pretty nice. Load it up and east. I don't know what this type of place would sell for. I mean, it's not very productive. It's in CRP right now. And if they would take it out of CRP to kind of pay it off, it's pretty rough ground. And it's all diked up right now, which is really cool. Great for habitat, but man, I don't know. Curious what it'll go for. It's 57 acres, 22 acres. Neighbor's out here putting some beans in, it looks like. He's got a DB60. I guess I can't quite tell. I think it's a DB60 on 15 or 20 inch rows. Slamming in some beans. I wish it was us, but I guess what do you do? We should be on the board tomorrow. If we're not, I'm going to be very concerned. Yeah, DB60. 60 foot of beans going in at a time. Probably 6-7 mile an hour. Man, it takes forever hauling something when you're going 35 mile an hour. Especially when you're in a pickup that can go 60, 90, 185 mile an hour plus. Maybe not so much the last one, but you know what I mean. Almost there. Another 5 minutes and I'll be there. I'll drop this tank and I'll head back and head home. And here's my final destination with the final anhydrous tank of the year. I dropped those tanks off and they moved it already. Whoever was still here. I didn't realize there was anyone here. There was literally no vehicles. I guess that opened up a spot for me then. I gotta park this thing right here. What a gorgeous night. Ouch. Well, that is it for anhydrous. So again, this was our fertilizer. We transported all of our nitrogen through this. Well, a majority of it. There are multiple ways to get your nitrogen, but we find anhydrous being the most cost effective. And no, it does not kill worms. And if you guys need proof, I will give you proof next video. But we have used anhydrous for years, and you don't grow 250 plus bushel corn if you're killing all your soil fertility. Trust me, we don't want to do that either. So we're gonna head back to the farm and then probably sign out on this video. It's been a fun day, minus me almost breaking my leg, but hey, minor things. I know it's hard for you guys to see because GoPros are trash when it comes to low light visibility, but that is the 6th tractor on my the farm's road, and Nathan will make number 7 because he's still going along here west of the highway, right there. So he's gonna work on this 200-acre piece right west of the road, right west of the farm, I should say. He's gonna get that taken care of, or at least he's gonna get a good chunk of that done tonight. And then tomorrow he's gonna hop in his bean planter, Pat's gonna hop in his corn planter, and Kurt's gonna hop in that, and they're all gonna keep rolling. Like I said, I probably won't, hopefully if all ends well, I won't need to come up. You might be thinking it's fall for this. We're just moving some corn around. So we just got done transferring or filling up 48 smart boxes of insecticide manually. Are you supposed to do that? No. Did we have a choice? No. So we had to do that, and now it's done. So I am an hour and a half later than I told my wife I'd get home, but I'll be home by 10. So, that's not too bad. Well, I'm gonna get a drink of water and head home. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now.
Calling her quits for the night. Got about half of this bottom field right below the farm. Hopefully finish her up tomorrow. Maybe even Dad will be able to get her planted. Guess we'll see. Was a good first day. Hopefully that stays the same.